Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're listening from in the world. My name is Jacqueline Dixon, and you're tuned in to the Ordinary People Show. Ordinary people can do extraordinary things. And we're broadcasting live from Toronto, Canada, powered by GBKM TV Network. I'm in studio this glorious Saturday, sunny morning or afternoon actually, because we're in the Eastern time block, in the studio today, and we're having a fabulous, exciting time in the GBKM studios. Why? Because we've just embarked upon a brand new season of the Ordinary People Show, and I'm back in studio. Man, have I missed you guys. Whew, so happy to be back with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to waste too much time today talking about what has happened in the past, because there's too much happening in our current and our future to share with you today. We have a blockbuster show for you today. So super excited with the guests that I have waiting in the wings. But before I share that information with you, let me start with my pleasantries, as I always do. First of all, I want to thank you, the viewer, the listeners, for tuning in each and every single week and supporting GBKM TV Network, as well as the Ordinary People Show for years since we've been on air. I want to thank you for telling a friend to tell a friend, and I want to thank you for growing our network. We've grown our network to the point where we are now, get ready for this, we have migrated over to a brand new platform. And we're super excited to introduce our brand new 24-hour GBKM TV. GBKM TV can be found at www.gbkm.tv. When you go over to our brand new platform, don't forget to download the free app, because then you'll never miss another fantastic show that GBKM has in store for you. We have multiple live TV programs that take place throughout the full course of the week. We've got 24-hour web radio playing the best in soca, reggae, calypso, Afro beats, and so much more. Don't forget to tell a friend about our brand new free app that can be found at www.gbkm.tv. Also want to thank our sponsor for giving us the opportunity to be on air today. Sponsor today is New Era Communications. New Era Communications is a professional speaking platform dedicated to training up-and-coming entrepreneurs and sales professionals about the sales process. Do you want to learn about the gift that keeps on giving? Do you want to generate revenue on a consistent basis for your business? Contact neweracommunications.ca. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm back. It's a brand new season of the Ordinary People Show. We have got a lineup of guests and interviews set up for you over the next coming weeks and right through the summer. It's going to be hot, hot, hot on the Ordinary People Show. Today, though, we will be starting off with history. We're going to be making history on the Ordinary People Show today. So for those of you who do follow me on social media, you know what's coming up. It's the first of its kind, ladies and gentlemen. History is coming to Hamilton. And it's coming to Hamilton in the form of the first inaugural Black Film Festival for Hamilton's district. And I'm super excited to be introducing, right after our first commercial break, the founder, the event specialist, and one of the directors of the feature films is right here in studio with us today. Listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but I'm going to be right back to introduce the founder, our event specialist, and of course, the director of one of the feature films right after this quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
This is not your regular show. It is an interactive section powered by the masses.
You go to Nigeria, you wake up, you go come. I just said now, I don't go to Nigeria.
Where we discuss issues that cut across politics, security, health, current affairs, governance, and so much more. Slices of humor to keep you entertained and thrilled. We are the GBKM Street Talk Team.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Ordinary People Show. My name is Jacqueline Dixon, and I'm your host. And I want you to settle in with me for the next 45 minutes as we unveil a brand new historic event which is coming to the Hamilton District. And it is the first inaugural Hamilton Black Film Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a little bit about what history is coming to Hamilton. The Hamilton Black Film Festival is an annual film festival that showcases cultural and traditional films of African, Caribbean, Native, Asian, Middle Eastern filmmakers and other films of ethnic inclusion. The Hamilton Black Film Festival will give people from different parts of the world, the ethnic backgrounds, an accessible platform to showcase films that are made by and with visible ethnic minorities, demonstrating that Hamilton welcomes all people. The festival is distinct from other festivals because its primary purpose is to explicitly welcome ethnic minorities, nurturing their creative aspirations, providing support and resources for them, such as training and mentorship on producing, directing, writing, and other film-related resources. That is a big undertaking, and thank you, Hamilton Black Film Festival. So, without any further ado, let's introduce the founder of the Hamilton Black Film Festival, Nigerian-born founder Piers Otesefi is with us in studio today. Welcome, Piers. Welcome. Welcome, Pi. Oh, I'm so sorry, Piers. And maybe, you know what, just for the sake of ensuring that our listeners have a full appreciation for you the way that I do, maybe you can walk us through the proper pronunciation of your name. Please go ahead.
Thank you for having me, Jacqueline and GVKM. I'm honored to be here. My name is Piers Otesefi. I'm the founder of the Hamilton Black Film Festival. I was born in Benin City, Nigeria, the descendant of the ancient Benin Empire.
Wow.
Hamilton Black Film Festival was founded in 2019. At the time, I was brainstorming, thinking about what next could I do in my artistic journey. So I just came back from the Toronto International Film Festival. So I brainstormed and I realized that there was no space or in Hamilton that represented the BIPOC communities in filmmaking. So I decided to come up with that idea to have a film festival in Hamilton so that at the end of the year, people of color will submit their films and so we can screen films and do things together. So the inclusiveness was at the core of everything. And so I started, it wasn't that easy, but with time, I registered the corporations as a non-profit organization. And then moving forward, we started figuring out things and started working together. And so that's where we are. We got the logo, we got everything. And all of a sudden, people start coming on board, start realizing what we are doing is greater than. So that's where we are, and that's how we started everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pi. You know what? And I want to say to you once again, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations for putting Hamilton on the map. Hamilton is getting a lot of exposure as a result of this festival that is coming there. And Hamilton has been getting a lot of acknowledgement of late because there's a lot happening in Hamilton. We've got so many attractions that are now starting to make the news. You've got an airport there. You've got a lot of people that are actually moving out of the GTA and moving into the Hamilton area, from my understanding. You've got some well-known theaters there as well. So there's a lot happening in Hamilton that warrants the attention that you are bringing into the Hamilton district. So once again, congratulations to the Steel Town for hosting the first ever Hamilton Black Film Festival. Pius, you're very, very humble in your background and with your accomplishments, because I've read your resume. It's very extensive. You've done a lot of wonderful things. You didn't just come about overnight like this. You actually won a very prestigious award last year. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about that. It was the Jackie Washington Award for Arts in 2020. You won that. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how you got involved with the arts, please?
Yes, I have been doing a lot of stuff in Hamilton. Like you said, Hamilton is so vibrant, the community, everybody warm. You know, when you come up with certain things that, you know, catches, the community always want to get together around you, you know. Especially, I've been doing a lot of stuff in Hamilton that I feel that the community is quite welcoming. So what happened was that when we started the Hamilton Black Film Festival, what we want to get out of it was bringing everyone together. Looking at the community is becoming huge. The population is now huge. Anywhere you go. So we have to come up with something that will feed the population. So when I started the Hamilton Black Film Festival, I realized that when I was there, I've been in Hamilton for over 28 or 29 years. I'll see the development, how the population of immigrant, people of color, how they are coming. Well, this is a fertile ground right now for us to do something great. And so at the same time, it was the inclusiveness that started everything. How can we do certain things that can bring everyone together? The filmmakers from different walk of life, different cultures. So at the end of the year, we can stay in a place where we can celebrate us together. So that was the goal. So I'm happy that Hamilton is so receptive about all these things. I can see how they are welcoming, how they supported. And, you know, with this, I think this is going to go on for quite a while, for a very long time.
Awesome. Good stuff. Congratulations once again. Can't wait to get out to Hamilton. You guys have got me excited because there is a lot of things that are happening there. So, Pius, before we move on into the next part of our interview, you have recently teamed up with an event specialist that is very well known in the GTA. And I understand that the two of you have been working side by side to ensure that the message and the meaning of the Hamilton Black Film Festival is well publicized within the grassroots community. Because at the end of the day, if you will agree with me, it is the grassroots community that's going to lift a festival like this up and give it the longevity that it needs in order to make an impact. So we want to introduce your sidekick, your event specialist, Louise Noel Ambroise. Welcome to the Ordinary People Show, Louise. We've got some volume.
Hello, Jacqueline. Thank you for the opportunity to be here again. It's appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. You're no stranger to the GBKM network, and you're no stranger to event planning. You are a specialist in this area. And I just want to ask you a quick question before we take a view as to the promo. We've got a promo video that was put out by the Hamilton Black Film Festival, and I want to share that with our listeners and viewers so that they can get an appreciation for what's coming their way. But my question to you, Louise, is when this concept was brought to your attention of creating the first ever Hamilton Black Film Festival by this very innovative gentleman, what was your thoughts at that time, and why did you take this project on?
I was very pleased that I was asked. I was referred to Pies by one of his board members, Rosemary, who knew my involvement in various events, festivals, in particular film festivals, cultural festivals throughout the GT and Hamilton area. And given the opportunity, it was about time something like that came into Hamilton. Years before, there were single events, but something of this magnitude, it was something to be part of. So I was pleased to be asked to be part of it, where my skill sets can be, put into practice again, because I had taken some time off, as you know, for my healing. And it's good to know that I still got it. So
Well,
I'm
good.
pleased to know that. And we had a great team working with us, providing moral support, feedback, our partners as well who came aboard and walk us through. It was my first time working in terms of a film festival, start to finish, or not necessarily start to finish, but the time I came aboard to now. So it was just great having the involvement of everyone, the team, to be part of that. Because something of this magnitude, it's huge, and Pies, the founder, realized that. That's hence the reason why he reached out, took in the recommendation of Rosemary, his board member, to ensure that we can get here today to tell the world this is what Hamilton has to offer for years to come, the legacy that is now in place. And as Pies was always saying, it's for our children, our children's children. So here we are today to tell the world, be part of it. In particular, the corporate sponsors. Now, we have built it.
Hey, wonderful. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to take a quick segue now, and we're going to watch the opening promo reel for the Hamilton, the first ever Hamilton Black Film Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, take this in.
Sometimes when you're walking in the street, you can meet someone who is going to mock you. People thinking that you don't have anything to do again. But some of we are trying very hard to tell that never mind you are empty, but you have something to do.
Hey, what up, Dane?
What's up? Hey, yo, you wanna pay him?
You ain't got money like that, bro.
I got someone else's money like that.
We didn't do back up. And here you are, pointing your fucking gun at us. Mr. Officer.
Dear Aisha Johnson, we are pleased to inform you that you are one of the 4 finalists for the prestigious Conrad Scholarship.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you for believing in me. I didn't even think I had a chance.
No one from Dudley has ever made it to Harvard.
Just because I'm from the hood doesn't mean I can't go to Harvard, all right? I'll be the first. Believe that.
My life was pretty good. I was the real Black girl magic until it all fell apart.
Have you been smoking weed?
No, I never.
Then who was it?
Come on now, miss. I'm not ratting.
You think they're going to give this scholarship to someone who has a history of smoking weed in school?
Enemy of the state right now.
I'm one of the good girls.
They found something off of the Gwaii.
Who found something?
Wait, is that one of those giant oil submarines?
And you guys trust this shit?
A red pill is someone who infiltrates a group and then destroys them from the inside.
Director Tanya Pinkin's film Red Pill delivers dose of reality to progressive movement.
This place is spooky.
Take it easy.
I never really knew my dad.
What is it that he wants you to do with his ash?
I tried my best. I love traveling.
These are the faces of us.
My experience was being sexually assaulted by a man I knew.
And my experience was abuse in the home by extended family members.
I was emotionally, physically, and mentally abused by my ex-husband.
When I was a little girl, I was molested by a cousin who was much, much older.
I was sexually assaulted by a member of my community.
My experience was workplace abuse in corporate Canada.
I started to experience sexual abuse when I was 6 years old, and it followed me through my teenage years and adult life.
I have experienced 32 years of abuse. I'm no longer a victim, but a true survivor.
MTV, the station with a vision. GBK MTV, the station with a thief night.
Wow. Wow, wow,
That's
wow.
beautiful.
Hey!
That's beautiful. Yeah.
You know, that's the second or third time that I've watched that reel, that promo, and it is just as exciting the third time as it was the first time. It was so powerfully done. It's a testament to what hard work, determination, and having a clear vision of what you want can result in. This is outstanding. So listen, we got lots to talk about. That is just a synopsis of some of the films that are going to be coming our way at this festival. Am I correct, Pies?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so how many films in total can we look forward to during this 3-day event?
We have 30 films at the moment.
30. Okay.
Yes.
I understand 22 of them are actually by Canadian filmmakers and writers. Is that correct?
Correct, yes, correct.
Right. And we actually have one of those directors, producers with us today to talk about one of the films, feature films that will be on display at the festival. And I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce to her now. Her name is Gadi Conte George. Good afternoon, Gadi. How are you? Welcome to the Ordinary People Show.
Hi there. Thanks for having me. I'm doing well.
Awesome. Good stuff. Listen, are you excited? Are you excited about this event?
Of course I am. It's always a great opportunity to share my work with the public, and now for it to come to Hamilton for the Hamilton Black Film Festival, I'm excited. I'm very honored for the festival to include my film.
Awesome. Good stuff. So everybody can get a little bit of insight where you are concerned as well. You've got an extensive background, very well accomplished. You are a 2-time Canadian Screen Award-winning filmmaker. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, awesome. Good stuff.
My little babies behind me.
Yeah, you do. You
Wow,
do. You've got that baby face, but you have, knowing that you're a 2-time Canadian Screen Award-winning filmmaker, I started to look a little bit deeper into your background and some of your accomplishments, and I've got something to maybe surprise you with today. Do you want to hear it?
I'm all ears.
You won an award. You won an award for directing a film, and you directed and co-wrote and produced a film last year, I believe, or the year before, and it was called Mr. Jane and Finch, and you won an award for that. I was actually in your film.
You were?
I was in your film.
Actually, I remember. Yes, I do remember. Yes, in the debate with Mr. The Rose.
Yeah, I was the moderator for the city council debate, in which case Mr. Jaden Finch was running for his position as a city councilor for the Humber River Black Creek. I was the moderator, and it was actually GBKM Network that produced that entire event. So there you go. So I'm in an award-winning film. I can add that to my resume.
Yes, you can. Yeah, and that was a phenomenal event. You know, I'm really impressed by you know, your news organization and what you do and what you represent for the community. We need more media outlets like yourselves, and you know, it's very important for the community for these places to exist. Like
thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's all about collaboration. So listen, let's talk something. Let's talk a little bit more about this movie that you've got that's going to be debuting at the Hamilton Film Festival. So it's called The Flying Stars, right? And it was directed by Gaddy Contest George, which is who we have on air with us today, along with Alan Tong. And you represent one of the 22 Canadian filmmakers. And it was actually filmed in Sierra Leone. Is that right?
Yes, that's where I'm from. I'm originally from Sierra Leone.
Okay.
My family came here when I was a toddler, but I went back and filmed this film over 2 years. Yes, so
do you want to tell us a little bit about the film, rather than me, and then we're going to just see a little snippet of it? Do you want to tell us, give us a little background?
Yeah, so the film follows the lives of two amputee football players, and just looks at their lives, how they're surviving, and how they're overcoming PTSD, because they were amputated during the Civil War, and so they're survivors of the war, and they, you know, represent peace to the country. They represent resilience, and it's just. You know, they made a lot of news when the Civil War ended, and that kind of went out of the news cycle. People moved on with lives, but you know, their lives still go on, you know, and their struggles still go on. So I really wanted to show their lives, show how they lived, and show the realities of life in Sierra Leone for this particular segment of the population.
Wow, impressive. Okay, so let's cue that little reel up and get an appreciation for Gaddy's hard work.
Sometimes when you're walking in the street, you can meet someone who is going to mock you. People thinking that you don't have anything to do again. But some of we are trying very hard to tell that never mind you are amputee, but you have something to do.
Slim Flex said so. Big up Ghana. Up. GBKM TV, the station with a vision. GBKM TV, the station with a difference now. Slim Flex said so. Big up Ghana.
Wonderful. So again, another powerful and moving, you know, snippet of what's to come at the Hamilton Film Festival. Listen, I want to ask you about, it's got that film is approximately 1 hour and 5 minutes in length, my understanding, right? And it was filmed in Sierra Leone, and it features two main characters, which is Bonar and Census. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
Those
correct.
are the two main characters. And they're amputees who play organized soccer. I mean, we sometimes, living in the Western world and living in the comforts of our townhomes and our condos and our sprawling acres of land, we don't really take the time to think that there are other people that are living with different set of circumstances, and that they have to deal with these circumstances on a daily basis and still learn how to appreciate life and be grateful for all the things that are taking place and still give back. giving back to their community, like it appears that these two gentlemen have been doing. So the film, what do you hope to accomplish as a result of making this film, Gaddy?
We made this film just to kind of bring a spotlight to Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is a country that it's a small African country that I think has when people think of Sierra Leone, they think of civil war, they think of blood diamonds or Ebola. Like those are the news cycle, and so we need more stories coming out of the continent and out of different countries in Africa that tell the range and the spectrum of our experiences. And so this film is just one of many experiences for people in Sierra Leone. And so that's kind of what we want to show the world, their resilience, their sportsmanship, how they can overcome the traumas in their lives. And then also to show the beautiful sport, the beautiful game in a different way, whether you have all your limbs or you may not, you can still take part in the sport, and this is a sport that unifies in so many ways, and this is just another one of them.
Yeah, and giving back to the community, in such a big way.
Yeah,
you would not, that's what really moves me about that movie.
Yeah, the team, they're their own welfare system. They support each other, not just emotionally, but financially as well. Through the team, they're able to send their children to school. They're able to help each other out, just to get by and to really work to find a way out of the poverty situations that many of them find themselves in.
Thank you so much, and once again, congratulations, and I look forward to watching the entire movie when the festival kicks off.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
Let's talk about this subject, which is becoming increasingly more and more popular nowadays, and it's called BIPOC, right? So we're hearing this word BIPOC. But some people, are not aware of what this word even means. But what it is it's actually an acronym, right? It's an acronym for Black, Indigenous, People of Color. Why do you believe it's become so popular and increasingly more important for us to recognize the term BIPOC and not simply people of color? I'll give that one to you, Pies.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I think it's because we don't understand, when you look at the word BIPOC, it covers a lot range of people of color, which is, you don't want to start naming Indian, this, that, it's just a BIPOC. We already know what it means. I think it's a good way of just trying to identify a group of people somehow in a way that you don't want to start calling them by their tribe or name. So I think it's great.
Right. Awesome. Good stuff. And if I can just add my 2 cents into it, why I really like the term BIPOC is because for too long we've identified everybody into this one group called people of color. But under that big umbrella of people of color, you have many different types of people of color that have many different types of experiences. So the Black experience, and the Indigenous experience are very different experiences, and they need to be identified as such. They're very unique in their own sense, and yes, they do share some commonalities, such as the effects of racism and being marginalized, but they are still very, very different experiences. Would you agree with me, Louise?
Yes, indeed. Due to our culture, religion, way of life, we have to take all these things into consideration, and also where in the world we are. So indigenous people in the north compared to the south, Australia, it's all different compared to the blacks in the Caribbean, blacks in the United States, blacks in Africa. We all have different experiences.
Wonderful. And maybe this is the union we've all kind of been waiting for, rather than trying to just kind of unify, the black population and then unify the indigenous population, and why, maybe this is the union, maybe it's the BIPOC union that is going to collaboratively come together and make significant changes throughout the world when it comes to racism and marginalized and systemic racism and all of the rest of the things that people of color do experience. Now, having a festival like this in Hamilton, let's just zoom in on Hamilton just for that moment. Hamilton had, originally my understanding is that this was going to be a festival where you would have two very distinctive venues that you were going to use, and two very historical venues. One was the Lincoln Alexander Center, which is the Lincoln Alexander Center. It's an event space venue in the heart of downtown Hamilton. Very, very popular venue, very historical. And then the other venue was going to be the Westdale Theatre, which the Westdale Theatre has been an important part of Westdale, Canada's first planned neighborhood since it opened in 1935. So those were the original plans to host these movies between those two venues. And then, of course, COVID decided to stick around and say that no, we're gonna shut this down. And Pi, you said you're not having it, so you decided to go virtual. Am I correct?
That's right. Yes, correct. Yeah.
So this festival is going to be a virtual festival. Can you explain to us how one takes advantage of a film festival virtually?
Virtual, I think this is new to me, but when like you said, when the Wednesday and we couldn't get hold of, use the Wednesday and the Lincoln and the Disaster Center, so we start to think about options. What can we do right now? So we said, because we already canceled last year, we're supposed to have our first festival September 2020. So we moved it to May 2021. So we said, okay, this time we're going to get it done. So came up with we're going to screen online using virtual. So that's the reason we came up. So we set up, we're going to use our visual through the eventive.org. So we have already uploaded all the films to the Eventive. And so we screen it online starting May 28th to May 30th, 2021.
Thank you, thank you. And Louise, as an event specialist, I can imagine the challenges that you have had over the last year, when it feels like 2 years really, but over the last year with having to kind of reinvent a lot of these types of events because of the fact that we can no longer gather together. Can you tell us what that experience is like, having to recalibrate how to present events during a pandemic? What's that experience like?
Actually, for me, I came in 6 months. As I said, I was referred 6 months ago to come in to assist. And given the fact that I had just finished actually 2 film festivals that was virtual, I had the knowledge or knew where to go to get the required resource to make it happen. So initially, before we started, I invited a film festival manager to come in and talk to the team what is needed in regards to that step by step. So to help us get a better understanding of that. And I think we did that in end of December, January. So coming in, I always knew it was virtual, and listening to the news, I knew that nowhere would have been able to do that in person.
Okay, so then individuals are going to be able to enjoy all 30 movies in the comfort of their own home on their own big screen, smart TVs, or in whichever manner that they can get the stream. Can you tell us, like, what is the process, like how one would would be able to access a movie or all of the movies? I've got a couple big screens at home, so I want to know, how am I going to be able to do this? Pi, can you explain that to me, please?
Okay, yes, thank you very much. So we are going on VOD with the Eventive. So that is video on demand. It's almost like you're watching something on Netflix. So
I see.
we are going, Netflix, almost like you are watching Netflix. So we are going to have opening night and closing night. So we have 2 or 3 movies to show in opening nights. And after showing those 3 movies, unlock other films so they can have time to watch the films within those 3 days. So we just want people to enjoy it. We are not going to do like watch it live. We just want people who pay for the pass have 3 days to enjoy the 30 films.
Okay, so there is a pass involved, in which case once I purchase the pass, I can go to the website and select whatever film I would like to watch at that particular time on demand. Am I correct?
You're
Okay.
correct. You're correct.
All right.
Yeah.
And opening night, tell us about opening night. What does opening night look like? What can we expect?
Yeah, because because it's different from the theater. So opening night is just a way, because it's our inauguration. There's going to be a speech, so we're going to try to make everybody watch some films for the opening night, so to enjoy it together like one big huge family. So the opening night, so we have chosen some films, but we are not going to disclose them at the moment. So we want to do that in a way almost like you are going to the theater. So after the opening night movies, then people can go and enjoy the rest of the movies. Yeah.
Okay, all right, good stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a really quick commercial break. We're going to come right back. We've got lots more questions to ask about the first ever Hamilton Black Film Festival, and also we're going to be giving away 2 tickets right here on GBKM TV in order to watch the movie by Gaddy, which is Flying Stars. So pay attention, and you might be the lucky recipient of 2 free tickets to the Hamilton Black Film Festival. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
This is not your regular show. It is an interactive section powered by the masses.
You go come Nigeria, you wake up, you go come. I just said now, I don't go Nigeria.
Where we discuss issues that cut across politics, security, health, current affairs, governance, and so much more. Slices of humor to keep you entertained and thrilled. We are the GBKM Street Talk Team. This is not your regular show. It is an interactive.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Ordinary People Show. My name is Jacqueline Dixon. I'm your host. For those of you who are just joining in on the conversation, guess what? We are here today unveiling the first ever Hamilton Black Film Festival. And it's coming to you compliments of Pies, and he is the founder of the Hamilton Black Film Festival. He is a lover of arts. He's an award-winning scholar in the area of arts, and he is bringing his initiative to the city of Hamilton for the very first time, and he is looking for your support and our support in taking advantage of over 30 films that are going to be on display over a 3-day period. We've got one of the filmmakers with us and directors with us here today, and her name is Gaddy, and I just want to talk to Gaddy a little bit more about that whole experience of being a Canadian filmmaker. You're primarily known as a director, Gaddy, but you do dabble in writing and producing as well. Am I correct?
Yes, I'm a producer. I'm co-founder of Oya Media Group. We're a Black woman-led production company. You're based in Toronto, so I produce, I direct, I write. I'm not a working writer, but I do write some of my own work that for my own projects.
Okay. So when you heard about the Hamilton Black Film Festival, what first came to your mind? Because, I mean, we are familiar with other types of film festivals that, you know, we are known very well in the GTA. One of them, of course, is the Toronto Film Festival, in which case Pies has mentioned that that's where the concept kind of gave birth, from. And then we're also aware of the Toronto Black Film Festival. But, you know, I always say, listen, this pie is big enough for all of us. And there's never too much exposure and too much awareness that we can bring to the community. But when you heard about the Hamilton Black Film Festival, what was the first thought that came to your mind, and what inspired you to want to get involved?
Well, actually, I heard about this through a colleague of mine, King, and so for me, it's the more we can share Black culture around Canada, the better. And so I thought this was a great opportunity to bring more films to the Hamilton area, because Hamilton is so close to Toronto. I feel like so many things are centered in Toronto, but Hamilton has its own identity, it has its own population, and it has its own artistic community. And so I think more programming that can come out of that base is great for that community. So I'm glad to be a part of that.
Take me on a journey through what it's like to be a Canadian director or producer, and being a member of the BIPOC community on top of that. Walk me through what that experience is like.
How long do we have? Yeah, well, I mean, it's a hard journey, although I have a baby face, I've been working in this industry for almost 20 years now, and it's been a long journey. I started working as a PA, and working my way up, and learning the craft. And I think that's the key to being successful in this industry, is sticking through and doing the work and honing your craft, learning your craft, and just really fine-tuning it. And you constantly are learning and constantly growing, and just you have to make work to get better at what you do. So I think just finding ways to make work, and it's not always easy in Canada. Black stories, stories from the various Black communities, the Indigenous communities, the different communities of color, and other underrepresented groups are not often heard. They're not often appreciated. They're not often supported. They're not often funded, and they're quite often questioned as whether they are actually Canadian stories. And so this is the one struggle we face as people of color in making our stories heard in Canada. And so, I do advocacy work. I sit on board for a documentary organization of Canada. And it's really just, the summer of 2020 with the murder of George Floyd really turned a leaf, I think, in Canada's media industry, where, I think across Canada and all industries had to take that honest look at, the systemic racism, the anti-Black racism that exists in these structures and in these industries. And to now it's putting in the work to correct these wrongs that have existed for so long. And so now our stories are wanted. Our stories are want to be told, because the media industry has to recognize their part in creating the anti-Black racism that exists in Canada, and the systemic racism that exists in Canada, because for so long we were told, oh, that is not a Canadian story. How do you expect people in Saskatchewan to connect with that story of Black people in Toronto? Well, if you don't show them our stories, well, how do they know that our struggles exist? How do they know that our joys exist? How do they know that we exist? So then they have no understanding of our experiences, and they cannot connect to our community. So much of what's wrong in Canada is as a result of our stories being ignored. And so I think right now there is a big rush and a big wanting to have our stories being heard. So there's no time like the present now to have festivals like the Hamilton Black Film Festival, take center stage. And I hope, corporate sponsors out there listening, throw your money at this festival. We need the exposure, and we need our stories to be shared.
Gaddy, thank you for that. You nailed it. You nailed it. And I support absolutely everything that you've just said. And that's a great way to the topic of support. And I would put this question out to all of you and ask you, do you believe that's the one thing that we lack so much in our community? When I say our community, I mean the BIPOC community, is we lack the support. And the support comes in many different ways. There's obviously the financial aspects of support. We need that financial backing. And this is where, my background comes into play quite often when we're dealing with events of this nature, because GBKM is very grassroots. We are the grassroots. We're known as the mouthpiece of the community, and we pride ourselves with being grassroots, and I think we will forever remain grassroots. We have no need or desire to leave our grassroots community because we believe in bringing them unfiltered, unadulterated news and coverage from us to them. But the support that I'm talking about is in multiple ways. There's the financial aspect of it. People in the BIPOC community, and if there's any corporate people watching, and because there always is, then you need to listen very carefully. Like, we need that financial backing. We cannot always rely on government to provide us with the little bit that they might or might not have. So what we need to do, or what I personally seek to do, is to get private sponsorship. That means we need the private sector to get involved, and we need private sector funding to back these ventures. And if we were able, and if we're successful in that area, to get more corporate sponsors, private sector sponsors, then we can bring events like this to the forefront, and we can expose our history, our background, our lineage to others, so that they can get an appreciation for the BIPOC culture and community, and they can start relating to us and understanding that we basically, at the end of the day, we're all the same people looking for the same results for our families, but we're packaged differently. So I urge people to support events like this, and I want to ask Louise and Pies, how can the grassroots community support you in ensuring that this event is successful? What can we do to make sure that this takes off successfully?
I will let Pies close off as the founder. For me, I will say our packages are quite affordable. And if they do log in on our website, www.hbff.ca, our pricing there, our sponsorship pricing is there. And they will see that it's quite affordable with great benefits and support. And it's a win-win situation, especially for entrepreneurs and small business who are in need of that, especially during this pandemic that we are experiencing. For the big corporations, the added bonuses, it's a write-off. Next year, they write it off. It is we're a non-profit organization. It's a win-win situation for everybody. And Pies?
Thank you. Yeah, our festival is here. We've been preaching about this festival for a long time. We want to thank everyone for being so supportive, people of our community and beyond. But the job is not done yet. We are still here. The festival is here. So we want everyone to be a part of it. So moving forward, so our tickets are on sale at this very moment. And today, the promotional pass is going to end tomorrow. So at the moment, our promotional pass is $55. So starting tomorrow, it's going to become $75. And so people can go to eventive.org to pre-order their films. at the moment right now. It's set for them to pre-order. So we want you to be a part of us, a part of a huge journey. Corporate sponsors, donations, people of goodwills, donate to us. We have a donation from our website. You can go to our website, www.hbff.ca. You can order your passes there, and you can buy our t-shirt from our website. So there are a lot of things that is going on, different ways that you can help. You can help announce what we are doing, be a part of the festival, become a friend, wear our t-shirt, donate when you can. This is for you, Hamilton, and this is for you, the BIPOC communities. We appreciate you. This is a huge journey for the future generation. We're doing this so that it can stay for a very long time. Coming on board will make us see the path clearly so that where we are going with it. We appreciate you, and we want you to be a part of this huge journey. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much very much. And once again, let me just recap that for you listeners and viewers out there. The website is www.hbff.com. Am I correct? hbff.com.
.ca.
www.hbff.ca. We'll put that on our website. That's where you can go to purchase your tickets, or you can purchase your 3-day pass. I understand that today is the last day for savings. You want to save a nice little chunk of money, then get over to that website right away and purchase your pass, your 3-day pass, or purchase a ticket for a specific movie that you would like to watch. But more importantly, the support in order to ensure that this film festival continues through into the future years is what is needed. And it's going to take the grassroots community to come together and show that support for PIES. And you do have the support of GBKM PIES, and we hope to be there with you next year when we open up in person, but we will definitely be supporting the cause this year as well, okay? So, in saying all of that, I want to give one lucky viewer or listener out there the opportunity to win 2 tickets to a film that is going to be on display during the 3-day festival. And the 3-day festival starts when? Do we have the producers that putting that on screen? It starts on the website. It starts on the 20. So sorry, Louise, go ahead. Oh, okay, PIES.
May 28th,
May 25th, go through to May 28th, right?
May 28th to 30th. Yeah.
May 25th?
28th to 30th.
It's May 28th to the 30th.
Yes, to 30th.
Thank you so much. May 28th through to the 30th. That's 3 days. And you can get a 3-day pass, or you can buy a movie ticket. So here's the question for you Facebook listeners out there. This is for the Facebook crew, okay? Tell me, what is the name of the movie that the award-winning film director Gadi Conte George will be displaying at the Hamilton Black Film Festival? What is Gadi's film name? You put that into our Facebook, and the first one that we can get with the correct answer, we will message you to let you know how you can get your 2 free tickets. Ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping up the Ordinary People Show today. This is my first show back for the brand new season. Thank you so much, guys, for patronizing me. I'm super excited for you. And Gadi, hey, next time, you know where your girl is. Your girl's right here, okay? PIES. Again, Louise, keep up the excellent work, and we will see you in the superstardom hemispheres. Ladies and gentlemen, have an absolutely fantastic Saturday, and we'll see you same time, same place next week on the Ordinary People Show. Cheers.
GBKM TV, The station with a vision, GBKM TV. The station with a difference now. Like said so. Big up.
Sometimes when you are walking in the street, you can meet someone who is going to mock you. People thinking that you don't have anything to do again.
Okay, come! Hey!
But some of we are trying very hard to tell that never mind you are amputee, but you have something to do.